You ready? Okay. The diagram below shows the derivative of a cubic function. So the original function, this would be an integration question in a way, because like when you have a cubic function and you differentiate it, what happens? It turns into a quadratic, doesn't it? So we've already differentiated it, and it's an n-shaped quadratic. Okay, that's what we know so far. Now, what it wants me to show is it wants me to show that this is actually the function. So here's what we're going to do. This actually reverts back to the start of fifth year. You ready for this? What are the two roots? X equals minus 1 and x equals? Work backwards. What's the step before that? And what's the step before that? X plus 1 multiplied by x minus 3. Multiply that out. X squared minus 2x minus 3. What's the problem with this one? That is a U-shaped, that's a U-shaped function, isn't it? And the U-shaped function crosses the y-axis at 0 minus 3. I don't want it to cross there. I want it to cross at 6. I want it twice as long and in the opposite direction. Anybody know how to do that? You know, it's great because it gets the answer. So multiply by minus 2, and you get minus 2x squared plus 4x plus 6. Show that. So you're using the question, you're using the answer to prove the question. But avoid that. Yes. Let's go. Find the maximum positive value of the slope of the tangent to h of k. Remember, see this graph here? Everybody see this graph? Do you know what this point means? Minus 1, 0. Do you know what that means? It means when the x value is minus 1, the slope is 0. How do I know it means that? Because that's a graph of the first derivative. Hence, it's a graph of the slope. All right? And it's very easy to, we want the maximum, don't we? We all know. So what we're going to do is we want to find the maximum of this graph. Hence, we want to find the maximum slope. Now, it's going to happen at x equals 1, isn't it? And then we have to find out what the slope value is. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to differentiate this. And what do I get? Then we get minus 4x plus 4. That give you guys? No, minus 4x plus 4. Find the x value. We want it to be a maximum. That's where it doesn't go up any higher. So we're going to get 4x equals 4 and x equals 1. Is everybody happy with x equals 1? This predicts that when the x value is 1, when the x value is 1, lads, when the x value is 1, we now have to, x value is 1, we have to find the y value. But please remember that the y value for this graph refers to the slope because it is the graph of the first derivative. So we're going to put in y equals 1 into this equation. So it's going to be 2 times 1 squared plus 4 times 1 plus 6. It's going to be 10 take away 2. It's going to be 8. So the maximum slope is a slope of 8 because at an x value of 1, your slope of your original function is 8. Is that okay? So slope is 8. The graph of hk passes through the point 0, minus 2. Find the equation of hk. Integration is the opposite of differentiation, okay? So is everybody happy? This is the differentiated product. What's it? Minus 2x squared plus 4x. And then what else is it? 6. Integration is essentially what needed to be differentiated to turn it into a 6. Any guesses? There you go. What needed to be differentiated turn into 4x. Yeah, it's x squared because it goes one higher in power. And then it had to be a 2 in front because 2 times 2 is 4. Yeah? And the last one, that's going to be a 3 now, isn't it? So that'd be minus 2 over 3. And when you differentiate that, you get back to the original, don't you? That's what integration is. You just go in reverse. Okay? We're going to do this next after the test. We're on to integration right away. Now, next thing is, there could have been a number here. See this number? There could have been a number here that disappeared off to 0. Does everybody see that? There could have been a number that disappeared off to 0. We don't know what that number is, so we'll just give it a letter. We'll call it, okay? I'll give it something doesn't look like an X. We'll call it M. All right? Now, here's what's going to happen now, and it's quite easy. What does it tell me about what point is on this? When the X value is 0, the Y value is, that's using the original function. So see all these X's, what happens to them? 0, 0, 0, and M. And that's minus 2, therefore M is, and therefore your original function is right there. That's your original function. Done.